What's the deal, man? It's your boy, and I'm back with another installment. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let's get right into it, man. I don't want to make this live too long, but I got some things I want to show y'all, you know what I'm saying, on this beautiful Friday morning, man. We made it through another week, you know what I'm saying? And it was a very eventful week. Um, Now let's get started, man. Let's take a look at this right here first, right? Now, first things first is this sigil. All right. Anybody can create a sigil. Anybody can do real deal magic. But you got to know what you're doing because you don't want to open up portals and things of that nature to the other side and accidentally bring in a thing or things without your knowledge, okay? Or have yourself opened up to things of the realm of the unseen, okay? So, viewer discretion is advised. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. This is not the absolute truth, all right? This is just my view on this situation. Um, this is connected to Saturn, all right? If you go do some studying on Hermes, on mysticism, Hermeticism, Rosicrucianism, all the isms and schisms, right? Manly P. Halls and all that stuff, right? You will see, or hear for that fact, that these folks worship Saturn. Everything goes back to Saturn, right? Because they believe even before angels existed, that uh, there were just like energetic beings that roamed the face of the earth, right? Like sun beings, moon beings, and everything was just directly correlated to Saturn, right? And how Saturn has a lot of energy. Saturn holds a lot of power, right? That's why you will see a lot of these celebrities, like Adele, get a tattoo of Saturn, wear Saturn type of jewelry on her earrings, necklaces. Coyle Ray had a necklace with Saturn symbolism. Um, all of these people in the industry know something about Saturn that a lot of people don't, and that's their god. Okay, that's what they worship. They worship that body. They worship that deity, that uh, fallen state of being, which is Satan. All right, Saturn, Satan is the same thing. All right, all of them have followed the left hand path, if you will. Okay, now uh, my thing is this, right? Um, it could be right in front of you, but if you don't know the meaning, the deep meaning behind it, uh, the real meaning of its purpose, then it'll just be plugged into your subconscious and you'll just look right over it, right? 'Cause there's a lot of things in this world that we see, um, that we might just look over, or it might just go over our heads, if you will. But that's what this platform is all about. All right, you can see Nike is influenced by the symbol Saturn. Okay, I want to tell y'all this, right? All of the major monotheistic religions that people practice um, are Saturn worship. Okay, I just want to get that out, because you got people that go to that place, right? And they got that black cube in the middle, big old black cube, and they walk around it while saying prayers. Yeah, that black cube is Saturn. If you take the cross and you fold it into a square cube, that is Saturn. I've talked about this a lot. You can go check out my early work over at Black Mirrors TV. Okay, um, and I believe I show this in the Roddy Rich occult signs and symbols breakdown. some of my early work, boy, and get a deeper, you know, descriptive, detailed, message or meaning of that. All right. Now, it gets so deep, right, to where you would practice a certain thing, whether it be a religion or, um, and I don't even want to get on that, but you could just be worshiping something that you think is holy and godly, and it's actually not. The whole time they've walked you into the pit of fire, and it's too late for you to understand what just happened to you. All right. Now, this is not to get anybody to walk away from their religious sectors and religions and things of that nature. Please do not get that from this. All right. What I am simply doing is just bringing forth information, and I believe that discussing these type of topics openly, with no judgment, is the best way to do these things. All right. So feel free to leave comments on how you feel about this. Um, but it's clear as day that there's something more sinister going on here at play. Moving on. And you guys are always welcome to screen record these lives and take screenshots of these pictures if you feel free, if you feel the need to. Okay. Do not ever feel as though you cannot do so. All right. Now, with that being said, let's move on to the next bit of information. All right. So we have Gorilla. All right. Now, I was gonna say something very mean, but I'm not. All right. I'm a behave. I'm gonna keep my comments to myself. What your mama tell you? If you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. So I'm just gonna leave it alone because I was finna roast her. She was finna be barbecued. You know what I mean? But it is Friday. It is Friday, though. So I guess I could get away with saying that her eyes is too far spread apart, and her nose is flattened on her face, and I mean she looked like a AI character from 2K, NBA. I mean, look, I know a lot of dudes that still smash that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna just leave that where that is. All right, I got my little laugh in there, right? She looked like a bug. All right, and she trifling. All right. That's it. That's it. I mean, because farting on live, that's not womanly of you. I mean, we all do it. We all do the number one and the number two. But damn, like, you don't have to show us that. Like, I remember there was a point in time, and here I go. Oh, shit, here he go. Yeah, all right. I ain't even gonna go there. Um, she gets pulled over, right? She gets pulled over, and she says, "Do you know who I am?" Now, the way she asked it was almost as if she was like hoping that they didn't know who she was because they felt like they were. She felt like they were going to do her dirty. They felt she. I keep saying they because these folks are demons, right? So that's just like my intuition speaking. But she kept on saying whatever it is, a thing. We got to see that thing. All right, let me stop. I need to behave. Um, but she felt like she would be picked on and pretty much just like singled out if they knew who she was. And the cops was like, "Nah, we don't know who you are, and even if we did, we wouldn't pick on you. We're not picking on you. I could just smell alcohol on your breath. I'm just doing my job. You got alcohol on your breath, so I'm just doing what I'm supposed to. Who are you though?" So I know that hit her dead in her ego and her pride, and you could just tell in her voice and her mannerisms after that, you know what I'm saying? But she still felt like, she was somebody. Because these folks have that God complex. These folks, and we know what God we talking about. I mean, I just showed you and I just told you, right? Shout out everybody in attendance. I will do my shout outs before the live is over. I appreciate y'all. Now, uh, I just found it to be very funny, because I guarantee you that she was hoping that they were like, yeah, we know you're Glorilla. Yeah, we got Glorilla. Can we take a picture with you afterwards to get an autograph after we're done, like taking you to jail and all that? Because, yes, she did get arrested, but she was bonded out shortly after. All right. You got to understand these folks that are backing them, look at them as objects, look at them as property, look at them as investments, look at them as assets. You got to understand they don't get treated like you and I, right? I mean, but you could say, oh, well, if you work a job or at a business or whatever, right? Your boss could look at you like that. Yeah, that's true. And if you're very valued, there's a lot of crap you can get away with, right? Not gonna say I do, but hey, you know, if you are one of the guys that hold it down at your establishment place of work, day in, day out, all the time, you can just look at yourself like the local celebrity because you will definitely be able to get away with certain things others can't. And people will know you that you have not talked to a day in your life. Um, and it's just really, really weird. Um, and people take advantage of that, whether it be in a good way or a bad way. At that point, it's all on you how you gonna move at that point. And I'm gonna tell you right now, going back to Glorilla, that she felt as though, she would be used and abused. Like I said, she still went to jail. And I know her ego and her pride, took a hit when they didn't know who she was. And I'm pretty sure they found out afterwards. But at the end of the day, you thinking that you are above the law does not mean that you can get away with whatever you want. Because let's say you go out and you hit somebody and that person passes away. How would you feel then? Because if you guys remember the black butler, I believe he was from the Sweet Life, I believe he was in that type of situation, right? I believe the person survived, but still, you know, and, and these folks believe that they could get away with literal murder, right? So that's nothing to them for them to do these, acts and then feel as though they shouldn't be punished from her. But you guys would just have to watch the clip, all right, of her actually going through the motions of this situation. And shortly after, because she is an asset to whoever is backing her, she has made them a lot of money, CMG, whatever, right? Yo Gotti, they bonded her right out. I believe they would have did the same thing for 42 Doug, but it just didn't work out that way because of his charges, right? Were extremely different than Glorilla's. Um, now what I want to say to end this one off is you not above the law, okay? And you pretty much got what you deserve because you shouldn't be drinking and driving. I don't care who you is, who you think you are. It's just not okay. You know what I'm saying? I believe that um, that's very dangerous. But you grown. You grown. You do what you want to do. I'm not here to tell you to stop doing this and stop doing that. You grown. You making a whole lot of money out here. You feel me? To change your generational circumstances. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you do you, little ugly creature. You do you. Looking like you came out of a African Amazon, Sahara Desert lizard bug. All right, now let's move on to our last bit of information. I hope y'all are enjoying the live. Shout out everybody that will watch this on the replay, and shout out all of the channel members and channel moderators. I do appreciate you for supporting the platform and taking it a step further. Now, I gotta mention this. I have to mention this before we get into the last bit of information, right? So, for those who aren't in tune with the Instagram platform, It is JNX85204, and the other one is Lifting the Veil 42. Right, that's the verified account. Now, this is what I gotta say. Right, um, Instagram plays a lot of dirty games. Right, this is how Instagram play. I want y'all to know this before y'all even think about getting the Instagram. Before y'all even, uh, you know, try to do whatever you want to call it that it is that I do, right? If you feeling like you want to do that, that's cool or whatever. But um let me like just give y'all some sauce, all right, some free games so that you can pretty much avoid what I um just went through, okay? Because this is what's gonna happen. All right. This is exactly what's gonna happen to you if you do not follow these simple directions. Basic instructions before leaving Earth. Right? Now, I've been going crazy on my Instagram, JNX85204. And I was doing it with a vengeance. I was doing it because I had a grudge and I'm like, I'm gonna show them. And we've made it to over 50,000 liters strong. Right? But what I had failed to forget, right? Or forgot was the simple fact that I know how they play, right? But I'm thinking about adding a different format of like how I'm presenting the information. I thought that that was going to slide, and I thought, hey, if I just say for entertainment purposes only, that would help, and it did to a certain degree because there was a bunch of other videos that when I just hopped back on to try to get into the algorithm again, those videos didn't say that, right? I learned that a little bit after, maybe after I had hit 10,000 again. And then that's when I started putting that. So I'm going to tell you this, right? I'm going to tell you this. And this is what I'm going to say. If you want to blow up on Instagram, it is very simple. But at the same time, right? You got to understand something. Just because you say for entertainment purposes only doesn't mean that you are out of the water, right? What you have to do is make sure that you make another account and that you follow yourself. Yes, I said it. You need to make another account and you need to follow yourself because then you can go through your plethora of videos and see if it has any sensitive content warnings on it. All right. That's the first thing you want to do. All right. Is go create you two accounts, not one, so that you can follow each account, right? And then on top of that, you need to make sure that you put that title for entertainment and educational purposes only. All right. Now, with that being said, I had almost lost my account yesterday on Instagram simply because of the videos that I had put that did not have that for entertainment purposes only or educational purposes only in the title. So, how they look at it is if you don't put that, then you're telling people that that's true. If you put that, then you're telling people that this is what's really going on, right? Like you're a news reporter or a journalist at that point, right? When you like do things like this, you might as well just get used to it. Um, Blogger, vlogger, whatever you want to call it, you are that. Now, I don't want to like drag this out, but those are the two main things you need to do. All right, create two accounts so that you can follow each account, and then you need to make sure that you put that in the description as far as viewer discretion advised. You know what I mean, for educational purposes only. Now, if you put anything on there that has to do with like hate or like you can have something to where somebody is spitting on another person or harming another person, you better get ready to get hit with like a guideline strike, okay? But what you can do is when you go for that appeal, all you need to do is this. need to just say, I want to appeal. And then they're going to ask you, well, why do you think that you need to appeal this? Or why do you think we made a mistake? You're going to say, because you misunderstood my post. And then they're going to ask you another question. And then on that next question, you need to put, you need to simply just put, you can say you can say other, or you can just simply say, that the strike was just a little bit too harsh, right? So you basically telling them, well, you just didn't understand what I was putting up, yeah, that's right, that's right. The last one would be, you just wanted to spread awareness, right? You just wanted to make people aware. So the two last things you would do is just say, you misunderstood my post and that you were just trying to make people aware, all right? You go look at my Instagram right now. I put it on my story as far as the results that I got. And the two videos that they took down, this was from back in March. Okay, so I'm telling you, like, they went back and dug in the crates. It wasn't anything that I posted as of this month. It was from March, right? And they pretty much overturned both of them. Now, there was one that they took off completely and said that they weren't going to repost it. So I put an appeal in for that one, and I won. So I won all three, right? If I wouldn't have did the appeal, ladies and gentlemen, yesterday, shout out to the big dog, you feel me, to the big homie, you know what I'm saying? Chakra Doc, because he was like, man, you better appeal that immediately. You need to appeal that expeditiously. Because if you don't, then you basically just saying, yeah, I'm guilty, yeah, whatever. Y'all got it. All right. What I did was wrong. You admit guilt. But I know I'm not doing nothing wrong. So that's why he was like, you need to go ahead and hit him back with the appeal, and then you got an 85% chance, which is really good odds of getting it overturned. And I did, back to back to back. So I won. I took it to trial and I beat them. You feel me? I took their ass to trial and I beat them, ladies and gentlemen. So don't ever give up. There's always a way out. You know what I mean? If there's a will, you better believe there's a way. Now, with that side story being done and out the way, you know what I mean? Like, who cares? What are you talking about? Let's get into this last bit of information. Now, I've said this probably for the whole 2 years that he's been on house arrest. This little nigga finna die. All right? Because they're putting him back where he escaped from. All right? Which is Baton Rouge. If y'all don't see the play of what the government or the feds, FBI is trying to do here, then damn, I don't even know what to tell you, to be honest with you. Because it's clear as day to see that they are trying to get rid of him. Now, you would ask me, well, damn, Black, why they trying to get rid of their biggest slave? Why would they try to get rid of their biggest cash cow? Why would they try to get rid of their biggest MK Ultra mind programmer that is pretty much destroying the youth, right? Second-handedly. Well, because you got to understand something, right? Let's look at this here and dissect it. He must be in some type of debt to something or somebody, and it's pretty much time for another sacrifice, right? He's been living it up for the past 2 years. Hasn't really had to worry about his life being in danger. We know the King Von situation, right? A couple of his friends have separated themselves from him. Okay, I forgot the one guy's name. P Youngin, right? He beefing with NBA, young boy. And then you also got one of his friends who had recently passed away too. I believe it was last year, right, while he was on house arrest. With all that being said, right, it's been a little while since something has happened to him. But So these are the one or two things that are happening right now. He is either completely broke. That's why he's asking. Um, that's why he is asking Floyd Mayweather for $1 million. Like, why do you need $1 million and you NBA young boy? Like, why did Floyd Mayweather feel the need to go give him to go drop off personally $1 million to NBA YoungBoy for what? What kind of trouble is you in? Like what kind of trouble are you in to need that amount of money? And then shortly after he got the $1 million from Floyd Mayweather, he gave $750,000 to his brother, NBA Big Three. So I don't know if he just got that money from Floyd Mayweather and then gave damn near all of it to his brother and only kept 250,000 of it, but it's not making sense to me. But like that was clear as day. You know what I mean? All right. And it was to quote unquote get his brother back on his feet. Now what does all this mean? He got some bull crap going on, right? Because there should be no reason why you should need money from anybody. All right. Like from anyone. We're talking about NBA young boy. He's supposedly balling out of control. He supposedly signed a $40 million deal, and you know that these things be capped. They're not signing no rapper to no $40 million damn contract. Come on, man. Like I mean, let's just the big timer cash money days is over with. Right? Him and Dirk might be the only ones to get like a 10 million, $15 million contract, maybe 20, but not no 40. All right, 20 is even pushing it. All right. You got to understand these things are loans. You have to pay that back. That is not your money. Now, look, right? It was said that he basically got caught up on fraudulent charges. And you got to look at the numbers here, right? The number of charges were 63. Oh, sucky, 63. Why are you getting so happy about 63? Well, 6 plus 3 equals 9. 9 is the number of completion. Woo! Ritual is complete. His fate is sown. And where are they sending him back to? The same place he escaped death from. The same place that a lot of his partners died in. The same place to why he's even in this situation in the first place. Y'all sending him back here, you mean to tell me that they're not trying to kill him or get him killed or stage a sacrifice to take place or to stage him getting sent back to jail for a long time? This is the setup. This is the play. Now, like I said, I don't know who he owe or who he like whatever to be like out here doing these fraudulent things. Like, come on, he was posing as a doctor. You cannot do that. You are NBA young boy. You didn't think to have somebody else like your wife or somebody do that. If you really was trying to do that, somebody that sounds proper, that has proper English, proper grammar, right? That can speak this curse of a language very fluently. Like he got broken English. NBA YoungBoy has broken English, and he's not even Hispanic. Like shout out to all my Hispanics. You feel me? I love y'all. But I'm just saying, like, damn, like what's dude problem? You feel me? So let's look at the other thing, right? You know how I told y'all that yellow is the color of submission or being docile and submissive? Why does he have on a yellow, big yellow ass jacket, looking like Big Bird from Sesame Street, right? Why does he have on a big ass yellow jacket? Well, it's to show that he is submissive. He is submitting, right? He don't have a choice. He has to go do the remainder of his time in Baton Rouge. Now, I don't know if there's like an area in Baton Rouge to where they have, like a good side of Baton Rouge, or if Baton Rouge in general is just all ghettofied. You feel me? Like if it's just all slummed out, like from top to bottom, left to right. I don't know. I ain't never been. So I ain't did my research like that. But if there is a safe haven area for him to go, which is probably what will happen, right? Because that mansion he lived in Utah was probably rented. I don't think he owned that home, all right? These things are like done by the labels and things of that nature, all right? But he effed that all up. And it's mighty strange, y'all, how I talked about this yesterday morning. Salute to everybody that was here yesterday morning because I know y'all remember me talking about how, and I kind of stopped myself short because I'm like, yeah, we ain't even gonna get on that. That's like police activity. We're gonna let the police do whatever they're gonna do. And I said, before I stopped talking, I said, how could you be on house arrest? You might as well say like federal house arrest, if that's even a thing, right? And be doing all these drugs, posting all these drugs and your drug abuse and how you don't went to rehab a couple of times on house arrest, right? Like this is what you're showing. Open pill bottles, you sipping lean, you drank it, doing all this, right? And you're on house arrest. And like I said before I stopped talking, I said I've been on house arrest, right? You cannot engage in any of that. So how is that possible for him to be doing that and he's on like damn near federal house arrest? Like that's not making no sense to me. And I say, you know what? I'm off that. And then the very next day after I talked about that, what happened? His ass got hit with 63 charges. You can call this a ritual. You can call this some type of sacrifice. You can call this humiliation before Satan. You can call it what you want to, but I call this a setup. He is about, I mean, he ain't set up nothing but himself, you feel me? Uh, but yeah, like if he dies within the next 6 months, do not be surprised because look at where they sending him back to his home in Baton Rouge, right? If someone around him of huge significance, like his brother or something, dies, do not be surprised. But just know that we did discuss it if it did happen. Now, I don't want nothing to happen to none of these people. All right, that's what I do want to get out. Uh, First and foremost, I don't want nothing to happen to these people, man. You know, but these people make decisions that put them in a situation to where it's either you are going to fight or fly. All right, and a lot of them try to fight, but they still wind up dying. Okay, because that's just how the industry and the game go. There is really no winning in the industry. Who do y'all know in the industry that's won? They came out the game unscathed. Talk about the industry, no matter if it was sports, movies, TV shows, whatever. Unscathed, didn't have anything happen to them. They weren't like hit on in any type of way, male or female, right? And it made a ton of money without any battle stories or war stories or disturbing stories. Who do y'all know? Let me know down in the comment section below because I don't think anybody has left the industry unscathed without having to go through something or having something done to them or being propositioned, right? Like, it is what it is. That is the devil's playground. Now, that is exactly where NBA YoungBoy is going to the devil's playground. Now, I'm not saying Baton Rouge is the devil's playground. I'm just saying if he goes back to the certain area where he is from specifically, it's over with for him. I'm just here to say that now. It's over with for him. You might as well just start, saying your goodbyes. And you want to know what's crazy before I end this off? Because I didn't want to make this live that long. Um, do you want to know what's so crazy about this though? Right? Is the simple fact, right, that hold on real quick, y'all. Is the simple fact that you know, it just makes it so crazy. Like I don't even know what to say, man. Listen, NBA young boy, um, You know, brother. You know what I mean? Like you brought this on yourself. I wouldn't have been posting all that stuff on the internet. I really don't know what else to tell you. You know what I mean? Y'all comment below y'all thoughts. You know what I'm saying? On what you believe is going to happen to Young Boy. Do you think he is going to die out here in Baton Rouge within the next 6 months? Do you guys believe that he will be okay? That he will be moved to a secure, safe location with hella police around? Okay, Marilyn Miles said there are many nice areas in Baton Rouge. Well, you better believe he's going to whichever one that is because they not finna let him. I don't think they just finna let him go back to the hood. That's not gonna happen. That's out. That's out. He's destroyed the youth so much. They need him to continue to destroy the youth. Shout out Malia 420. She has been a member for 1 month. Hey, what's the deal? Shout out Malia 420. If you want to become a member, all you got to do is click the join button right next to the subscribe button. And yeah, man, it'll be very appreciated, man. You know what I'm saying? Going above and beyond, you feel me? Now, I don't know, man. We just gonna have to keep our eye uh, on this situation because anything could happen. We see what happened to FBG Duck. That wasn't like in the trenches. That was in the suburbs, the Gold Coast of Chicago. Broad daylight. And I want to tell y'all something, right? When you are entrenched in beef, um, when people that you are beefing with want to get you and they know where you are, they are going to come get you. And when they come to get you, it's over with. You know, it's a done deal. You just better be prepared for when it happens. You know what I'm saying? And I mean that with every sense of the word. Uh, a lot of these people be trying to like foresee things, and it's like, dude, you're not even in it's if they were going to get you, they would have got you already. Now the stage is set, and it's like, okay, even if he's in a nice area in Baton Rouge, don't mean that the people that he was beefing with out there still ain't gonna try to get him. You know what I mean? I highly doubt that he will be walking around, going to the gas station and the Targets, whatever they got out there, freely like he was out there in Utah. I think he gonna be strictly in the house 24/7, 365, having everything brought to him, right? Until further notice. If he plays smart. Now, if he want to play with his life and he really want to die, like he keeps saying he want to die, then go ahead and go outside in Baton Rouge, and I guarantee you somebody go play with your top. No Diddy. All right. With that being said, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Y'all know what to do until next time. Let me do my shout outs before I get up out of here, man. Shout out Phoenicia Herndon in the building. Shout out Musicland HQ82. Shout out PJ Allen. Shout out Trending with Shares. Shout out Lovely Miss Jones. Shout out Laura Mansa. Shout out Big A He 316. Shout out Hurricane JW. Shout out Believe 420 once again. You feel me? Shout out all y'all. Shout out Marilyn Miles. You know what I mean? Shout out Matt Takon in the building. See y'all on the next one, man. This shit crazy.